Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. It's a bank holiday here. Grand. Doesn't have the same sort of thing for me, but it's a bank holiday, which is great. You're very welcome aboard. Tonight, friends, we start a brand new Monday night series that's called Landmarks. And what we're going to be doing here over the next 7 weeks, we visit a different landmark throughout the world, this being series 1 of this collection of landmarks. So some of them are absolutely gorgeous, and some of them you probably didn't know an awful lot about it. So we'll cover these each and every week, every Monday. We'll learn about the geography, the history, what was, how did they build it, why did they build it, right? That's what we'll be getting up to. So tonight, friends, we start off, we're here in California, San Francisco, and we're going to be checking out the Golden Gate Bridge. Something that's usually instantly recognizable with San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge, it's only when you start learning about it and getting the history about it. There was a lot of firsts done here. It was the longest suspension bridge of its day. Not to mention the challenge of actually trying to get across the Bay Area, known as, the Golden Gate. Prior to that, there was a ferry operating. It just got too busy. People had to queue for hours. So they said, we shall build ourselves a bridge. We're going to learn about the folks behind it, who kind of invested in it, who payrolled it, who designed it, and how did they build it. And also, during the building process, what happened? You can imagine you're talking back in the 1930s, all sorts of challenges, the Great Depression hit as well. So we'll learn a nice bit of stuff here about the Golden Gate Bridge tonight. So looking forward to this one. Our aircraft tonight is that of the Albatross, the G-111, converted into a private aircraft, a bit like a family yacht, as it were. And this got an update back in Sim Update 4. So I'm looking forward to flying this one tonight. Perfectly suited for coastal flying. I mean, these things were used as search and rescue back in the day, and they're just a very capable aircraft. Not the most of Greta friendly, though. It's a thirsty old machine, a bit like myself. It's a thirsty old machine. So we'll have to see how we get on with this. But looking forward to it. We haven't flown in a little while. We did do a full series with the G111 flying around Greece. It was absolutely gorgeous. So it's going to be nice to take it out here in the United States. So our flight plan tonight, we're departing out of Dunsmuir, I think it's pronounced, Municipal Airport, and we're going to be heading south to a place called Lampson Field. And just before Lampson Field, there's a lovely lake, so you might want to chance a water landing if you bring an amphibious or indeed a seaboat. No, wait. A seaplane. There we go. Right. Then we ramble in over the Napa Valley, great wine growing location, and that's into the San Francisco Bay Area itself as we go and inspect the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, Old Veteran has suggested there's actually a real world procedure. It's called the San Francisco Bay Tour that can actually be organized with ATC. Effectively, you kind of have to shimmer and shimmy in and out of all various different class airspaces. And it's not just laterally, it's also vertically as well. But if ATC are playing nice, the weather is on your side, it's one of the most picturesque kind of corridors in which you can do. There's a couple of these corridors throughout the United States. You might know one as the Hudson Corridor, which flies you up kind of Manhattan neck of the woods, up over the Hudson River. So the one that they do in the San Francisco Bay Area, it's absolutely gorgeous, and they recommend you actually do it at nighttime if you have clear skies. It just makes for one of those beautiful sights, you see. So that's the kind of plan anyway that we're doing. Our final stop of the night will take us down a little bit south to an airport I love. It was actually an airport that was released back in X-Plane. And it's called Half Moon Bay. And I was always a fan of, when you just kind of find an airport, like, I like the cut of this. This is going to be my airport. And, as I said, back in X-Plane 11, that was the, that was me go-to. It was great for testing things, right? Because San Francisco, relatively heavy on the frames. There was all sorts of stuff going on with the weather, and Half Moon Bay was just a lovely little airport. So that's our route for tonight. So it's going to be 1 Oscar 6 over to 1 Oscar 2, then it's Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot. That is the flight plan. Now, our flight tonight, of course, we're using Microsoft Flight Sims multiplayer. We're on the Southeast Asian server, and we also have Groupie up and running with Say Intentions, and the Groupie join code is TTM. If you were trying to join it earlier on today before 8 o'clock, it doesn't activate until 8 o'clock, and then it's expecting us off the chalks at probably 20 past. yeah, bright. So if it wasn't working, it should be working now. Right, that's the hope at least. So we'll see how we get on. But apart from that, it's been a busy day. Got a video out with flight planning and stuff. And what else did I do? Yeah, that was kind of I was relatively busy as we start now February. And, well, what have we got going on in February? There's bits and bobs here and there, but it's kind of the take the breath before the plunge, because March is absolutely flat out busy when it comes to, we have FS weekend, I'm away to New Zealand, then we're back for a little bit, and then we're off to the States. So it's going to be busy, lads, do you know? So it's grand, it's great to be here. It's a Monday. And if you're new here, you're most welcome aboard. We do these flights, well, usually every Monday and every Friday. They're our main group flights. And then Tuesdays, during the day, a bit of stuff. In the evening time, we delve into other things, racing or driving. Wednesday night, of course, we have the news. Thursday is when we do a bit of training. And then we do VATSIM flights on Thursday night, which I'm very much enjoying. And this week in particular, we have a double header. Looking forward to that. And then, yes, we're back for our group flight this coming Friday. We're actually going to be flying out of New York, heading down to Washington, D.C. So we're all over America this week, flat out, so we are. But anyway, how are you keeping? How was your weekend? I was very busy and I was absent on parade on Saturday night. The lads were saying, come on, Murph, we want you to go farming. I didn't get home till late, so as you could have imagined, I didn't do much at all. We had an airport run and then we had to go shopping. Oh, right. But all is well in the realm, and we're back into it there now. Do you know what I mean? So how are you? Any news? Anything happening? I've also installed the updated FS Realistic Plus. That's running now, so we'll see what sort of BJD then that's going to cause. And yeah, we have some show notes to cover about the Golden Gate here as well. I also found some footage on YouTube. Just to show you kind of some of the building that went on. You know, Muse fan remembers it well, sure, he was there. But, right? But anyway, who's here? Look, we'll ramble in and say hello. And we'll get ourselves started, get some power into this machine, and then we'll start pedaling on. So CP65 is here. Happy Monday. Super Typhon, you're very welcome aboard. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Happy Monday, buddy. Vacuum is here. Eamon, a very good evening. Crafty Tigers, good day to you. Viper Strike is in the house, about to arrive into Santos Dumont. Ooh, very nice. Drumma is here. Good to see you, buddy. Muse fan bursts in the door with a smile, and then it turns into a frown because he's saying, where am I? On Saturday. Right. Good to see you, Muse. I hope you're well. Lear is in the chat. A very good evening to you. APU Inspector, happy Monday. Commander Balosh is here. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce and wolfy. Creo, a very happy Monday. Hello to all in County Mayo, hope you're well. Tenured is here, welcome in. Alberto, very happy Monday. Gaseous Maximus, welcome aboard. The Impossible Face has rambled aboard saying, first time trying Skynet groupie on a group flight. You finally went in and you got say intentions. Nice. I'll go through it here just to make sure everyone knows what to do. North Coast Mike, a very good evening. Tarnished Mossman is in the house. Welcome in, buddy. Cracker is here. Good evening. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH Man. Mr. Big Britches. Meowdy. Sir Camsalot. Madude from Angoshlan Nua. Good to see you, buddy. Sumner is here, working and lurking from Landmark, or for Landmark Part 1. You're very welcome in. 98 Vulcan is here, heading off on babysitting duties now. The new grandchild is on the way. Jenny. Good man yourself, Vulcan. Flat out. Hermit Something is here. Very good afternoon from Boston. Hope you're well, Hermit. Super Ty, thank you for 5 in a row. Linny Bobbins is here for 12 months. It's yourselves. Happy Monday. Linny, thank you very much indeed. Good to see you, missus. BQ is in the house. Larry is here. Welcome aboard. Nighthawk. I'm a caribou on your screen. Oops. Daddy Plump, a very good evening. Crafty Tiger says, Murph, thanks for the YouTube video on planning flights today. Great information, and I can't wait to try some of the classic flight routes with the vintage aircraft. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? I love seeing... I love looking back to see how aviation was back in like the... Maybe not so much... Well, the 30s is just frightening, right? But like when you talk about the 50s and 60s, oh man, it's class looking, you know? But... it's pretty cool. 98 Vulcan, thank you. 22 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Heisenberg bursts into the door. Tier 2 for 15 months. Still living vicariously through Murph. Heisenberg, thank you very, very much indeed. Good to see you, buddy. And thank you so much for all your support. Let me see here. DK Funfly, hello from Denmark. Malky Mack is in the house. You're very welcome aboard. It's 6 degrees in Tipperary today, lads. 6 degrees. It froze last night. There was ice in the car this morning, and it's going to be the same tomorrow. Oh, no, it isn't. No, it's between 5 and 7 degrees tomorrow. Some say it'll be 6 degrees, but sure, listen, we'll grab a hold of it now. Should be grand. Sunjammer, hope you're well. Are we going to try and fly the length of the Golden Gate Bridge today? Yes, we'll try it. Husker Do, good to see you. Strap 21, hola. Soaring AJ. AJH man, hope you're well. Idle Cutoff, Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. Happy Monday. Flying Tritz is here. Good to see you, buddy. Norse Viking, welcome in. Bellbro is in the house. Welcome aboard, man. Old Veteran 965, howdy. Asher, how are you now, Scott? Hope you're well. Illicit Majors here for Prawns, welcome in. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Very warm welcome from Tipperary. Hope you're keeping well. APU Inspector, thank you very much indeed for your 17 months with Prime. Cheers, buddy. Much appreciated. Goodness Sig is here. Hello, all. Or in Iceland, it's hello, all. Hello. Good to see you, buddy. Stu Snape is here. Evening, Murph. Hope you're well. Where are we on Saturday night? Listen, I'll get a note if I need one. Please excuse Murph from farming. He wasn't feeling great. Right? All built by the Irish since 1100 AD. Come on, Super Tie. Probably Pete, good day to you. You gave up trying to join the groupie flight. We'll have a look here now, probably, just to make sure. As I said, you can't do much with it until 8 o'clock when it's like a slot time and then it opens, do you know? Stick Figure, good evening. Winkle Gassler is here. Now, that's one series you could run indefinitely. If you run out of the vanilla landmarks, just commission us modders. Right, brilliant. Toto 2495, a very good evening to you, Toto. Hope you're well. Flyer 10, good evening. Gibbo, good to see you, man. Gibbo, did you get the thing done with the yoke and the what's it? You were only flat out. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Hope you're well. Great everybody flying the Albatross is appearing as a caribou, says Nighthawk. Yep, model matching, lads. Brilliant. Willow, how much? Right, Murph. That's enough for season 1. When are we getting to season 2? Right? Vespia is here. Welcome in. No bank holiday here, but for me, every day is a holiday, says Scott. Right? That's what you want. I flew over Ross Castle earlier today. It's very nice. It's absolutely gorgeous. Murph, why didn't you choose the Skoda HQ in Chechnya? Listen, you know, it blows the Taj Mahal out of the water. We're not going to the Taj Mahal either. We did that before. We might do. But season 2, Viper, do you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Todd is here. Thank you very much indeed. 16 months with Prime. Cheers, buddy. Very kind of you, sir. Paul GTA, 115 streams in a row. Look, Paul, you absolute mad lad. Thank you very much indeed. Killswitch is here. 5 months, buddy, with your Prime subscription. Thank you very, very much indeed. A sea boat, also known as a boat. Yes, Malky, that's the one. Been to Dunsmuir, it's close to Mount Shasta. Yes, it is. The mountain of Shasta is right beside us. Now, let me see. Mangst is here. Good to see you. Uniform Goose, good day, Goose. You're very welcome aboard. UTB is here, good evening. Drummond says, I grew up in the Bay Area. I look forward to seeing you fly over your old house. Ooh, nice. Let me see. Prawn is here. No, Piron is here. Is it Perron? I keep making the butchery of your name. I remember Half Moon Bay from Flight Unlimited. No way. That's going back. Talking about Half Moon Bay, I have a little bay called the same close to where I live. Ooh, nice, Willow, nice. Off chalks at 20 past what hour? Yeah, right, Linny, it's grand. Half Moon Bay, great little airport, gorgeous approach. It is, absolutely gorgeous. You flew out of San Carlos. Ooh. Used to go to Half Moon Bay for lunch. I would always have folks flying out of LVK just for bite. Ooh, nice. Nutty Slack is here. Good to see you, buddy. I like this night flying. Night flying indeed is loads of fun. It absolutely is. I let you down again. P.S. Mirandai, hello there. A very good evening to you. Stug is in the house. One Fly Air, happy Monday. Flying Tonight is here. Tier 1 for 13 months. Hello, folks. Some say it's still January. Flying Tonight, good to see you, man, and a very happy Monday to you. Cy120 is here. AZ Blue Line, welcome in. Jace Ward, good evening. Let me see here now. Jeppesen 2001, the man, myth, and legend, has rambled in. What news of the realm? He says, good evening, Murph and Fireflies. Fun fact of the day. Laughing came before language. How do we know? Well, some researchers tickled baby apes, which showed that they share the same structure as ours, and likely arose in our common ancestors millions of years ago. Language came about much later. So we've basically been laughing since the dawn of time. Yes. But sure, it's all been a great laugh. Do you know? Brilliant. Mr. TPHI, a very happy Monday to you. Hope you're well. Tima is in the house. Good to see you. Just Roy. Welcome in, Roy. With a name change. Just Roy on final. Good evening, Murph. The Golden Gate Bridge. I also had the privilege to visit the Art Deco architecture beauty. As a tourist, I drove over it and I walked it. Ooh, nice. Nice. Heisenberg says painting the Golden Gate is a year-round job. They start at one end and by the time they get to the other, it's time to start over it again. I heard the same about the bridge over Sydney Harbour. Isn't that the same? Maybe you'll be able to tell me. I heard the same. We paint the spire in Dublin, but we do it in 11 seconds. You can never see it. Mr. Minimite, good evening. Hope you're well. Trying to decide what to fly tonight. This thing will probably chug along at about 150, 160 knots, I think. I could be wrong, but something like that. But we'll see how we get on. B. Carlo, good evening. You asked earlier what tool I use for flight planning. The tool I use is you, Murph. Gibbo's calling me a tool. Stog, a very good evening. And, I hope you're well. Big Carlo is here for 44 months. 44. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. What airport are we starting at? I'm putting in 106, but getting random places. It's 1 Oscar 6. The 0 isn't a 0, it's an O. -3, says Super Tie. Jesus. Where is this now? -6 here with Winkle Gassler. No way. Grand 427. Fun fact, it was colder this morning in Miami than it was in Alaska's capital city. What? Really? Yikes. Cowled, so it is. Wells, thank you very much indeed. Gifting tier 2 on subs. I'm going to Deputy Dan and Mayor Flyer. Wells, thank you very, very much indeed for the gifted subs. And lads, if you just got a gifted tier 1 sub from Wells, well, do be sure to say thank you. There's buttons gone all over the shop. I am happy. The little furry mate is forecasting an early spring. Ah, very good. Will tour guide be available for this flight, CP? It will. Or painting the Fort Bridge. Is that the same? You got it to 220 with the superchargers. Oh, did I? Oh, Jesus. Right. The impossible phase, you get the painting done quicker if you stick a bit of dynamite in the barrels. Yeah, it'd be polka dot though, Empire Kicking is in with the raid. Good to see you, buddy. You're very welcome in. Hope you had a great stream, buddy. And a tier 1, so 43 months. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're keeping very well. Thank you so much indeed for the raid. You're very welcome in. Now, we're nearly there. Who else came in now to the parlour this evening? Dave Cleary. Legend, Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Sci Voltage, good evening. Northland Air, a very happy Monday. Kubi Montana is in the house. Black Sheep Jean, you need a section on your Discord just for refunds. That way you can give each person an individual shag off. There's no refunds. That could work, Gene, yes. Hope you're well. Bears Bike, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Wick is here. Just joined the VA and VTC yesterday. Well, welcome aboard. Great to have you. JB Alberta, a very good afternoon. Mahi is here. Good evening. Stuck is in the house. And let me see. Where is the Boeing 737 Dreamliner? You always ask for that. Do you know, it's like, do you look in the mirror and wonder where things are? You big Egypt. Right, now, let's see. Buttons pressed alarmingly fast. Now, let me see. Johnny Shoe is in the house. Good to see you. Grantham is here. Welcome in. South of Chile, Wickshill. Nice, buddy. Old Man Goat Hair. Good to see you. The Fort Bridge as well. That's kind of mad, isn't it? That is mad, lads. Mad. But anyway, we shall continue on and get ourselves up and running here. But Empire, thank you very much indeed, buddy. Winter Ride, good evening. Any news for PlayStation 5? Because I play on PlayStation 5 and I hope to add more fighter jets from the marketplace. Yeah, they're working on the marketplace. They're working on a number of things on PlayStation. It'll take a bit of time. They look for kind of stability first and then, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Yorkshire is here, good evening. Nutty Slack says, Murph, can you do a tutorial about getting Chaseplane and Toby working at the same time? Yeah, sure, I'll look into it, buddy. It's usually just a click of a button. What I find, what I use with Toby, I run that now using different software. And I just make sure I run that software before I start Chaseplane, before I start the sim, and it seems to work fine, I'll show you here now. Right, we're rambling and having a gawk here, shall we? Yes. And, well, friends, here we are now into our little aircraft, but it isn't actually very little. It's a gorgeous machine, right? So, a couple of things we need to do to get ourselves started up here. Bit of sound. And, well, let me see. So, first and foremost, we will start off with the group flight. So,
Jesus.
All you need to do is click on the link where you're saying intentions, and then you'll be able to see where the groupie flight is actually taking place. And if you have a look at it just here, Landmarks Part 1. So this is everyone who's in at the moment. We can see the lads, right? And if you're having bother trying to get in here, just click on that link. There's a link here. I'll pop it in the chat. It's in the description as well, but we'll pop it there into the chat. And you just click on that link. If you have, say, intentions, even if you just signed up for the first 24-hour free trial, you can still access these groupie flights, you see. So, we'll see what the crack is. Snapple is here. Hi, Merv. Just watching one of your F125 streams a while ago. Are you going to get back into that again? And also ETS? Yeah, we do. We do. Snapple. So tomorrow night we're back in ETS, and we did F1 I think 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago we did F1. So yeah, on and off, kind of every couple of weeks we jump into it. Murph, I'm in the Aviate Harrier. Don't know what I'm showing us. We'll try not to worry. We'll try not to worry. So we can see with say intentions with groupie. These are the aircraft currently with us here now, right? And we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll see how we go. We also have some of our own frequencies in which we can talk to one another. Our group flight 123.135, right? So I'm going to tune into that, and we'll have our ATC running here in the background. I'll turn on the intercom shortly. That's the first bit of business. The second thing then we wanted to double check for people. So this FS Realistic Plus, right, it lives now inside of your sim. So it's an €8 update if you had FS Realistic, right, Pro. And effectively what this does, it adds sounds and kind of camera shake effects to your sim. And you have a barrel load of options here. I mean, you can turn this stuff on or off, or you can really kind of play around with it. Plus you have profiles. I've made one already for the G111. If anyone else would like to grab it, you can just do a search for the G111, and then you have your kind of normal settings in here as well. So I won't give it the full beans tonight. Just know it is running. So if you hear kind of cool sounds, that's where it's coming from, because it has its own sounds that adds to the experience as well. Things like ground rolls, shakes, rattles, rolls, the fella using the jacks, this kind of stuff, you know, immersion. Yes, we need immersion, and that's what all that does, you see. So apart from all of that, lads, what else do we have here? Our route. We must inspect our route. So bit of Navigraph. This is what her flight is going to look like. Departing here. And there's Mount Shasta behind us. So when we take off, we'll do a bit of an owl, you know what I mean? Hang around that. And then we'll start heading down the way. Because when we get down to our first stop of the night, well, we have Clear Lake. We're going to be coming in over Clear Lake and then landing down into Lakeport. So we'll see how we get on. We might just do a quick water landing there just to see what the crack is. Then it's down over Napa Valley and down into the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, again, you have these options of looking at the Bay Area kind of, you know, special flight in which you can do if ATC are playing ball. But just to give you an idea, you see where these circles are, right? And we also have airspace circles. Class, Deltas, Charlies and Bravos. So it's all a matter of navigating in and around all of these. Now, you can be above them or below them, right? And we'll have a look at that. And then finally, we're going to fly out over the city, and it's a full stop into Half Moon Bay. That is the plan. That is the plan, right? So let's see what happens here now in a little while. Now, what else happened? Because there's buttons screaming at me. Something awesome happened over here. Janie Macaroni then. We had a membership there from Snapple. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. You're very kind, sir. You're very kind. Cheers, man. Zappel, good evening. Hope you're well. And yeah, any questions, just let me know what the crack is, and we'll try and get them addressed. What else are we running here? Well, that's kind of it. And then we have our notes and all this stuff. So here we are in our G-111, the Albatross, right? And you can also pick it up as kind of the workhorse search and rescue aircraft. This is a beautiful airplane. We spent a fair bit of time in this, as I said, traveling around. Oh, Jesus, then. There's a 787 there. Who's that now? Right. Anyway, we spent some time in this traveling it around Greece and that, so it's been absolutely incredible. Do you know? Now, what I'll do, I'll just do a quick flick of the OWL multiplayer. This tends to help out with model matching. We'll turn it off and turn it back on again. And then see what happens. Kubi Montana, a very good evening. Wait, did that work? I did turn multiplayer off and I turned it back on again. Multiplayer off, multiplayer on. It didn't really load in people, did it? This is very strange. I just turned off multiplayer. Hang on. Oh, wait, hang on. This is model matching from... aha! Right, hang on. This isn't the sim. This is, say, intentions model matching. So hang on a second. We'll figure out what's going on here now. Turn back on that multiplayer. FMJ, good to see you, buddy. Kieran Niall, welcome in. Right. Where's Marigin when I need him? He showed me how to do this. Balls. Let's see here now. Wait now, lads. Marigin showed me how to do this. I just need to remember how to do this. You know. Let's see here now. Come over here now, Discord, you great bunch of lads. You can do it. Right. I think there's a way in which I can change this. Let's have a look. He showed me before. Let's have a look. How do I do this again?
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy. Try that. Yes. Try that. Aha. Okay, so a 777 someone is appearing as, but I don't know who it is. So this is where I can change. Well, I can't really. Just I can change things here, right? Visible clients. Who's showing? It's not showing anyone as. There's a 777 being shown, and I don't know why that is, right? So let me see. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Okay, so how do we change this again? There was a way I could do this. Aha! Right, Murphy, try this for genius. Override the type, and we'll put in a BE36. Look out the window. Did it actually work? Let's find out. Could be Toto. No, I don't think it is Toto, but we'll see if we can change it as well. Did you see what happened? Let's see what else we can do. Do. I think that kind of solved it. It's a mini 777. Yeah, no, I was able to fix something there. So the 415 showed up as something funny, but I could fix that.
They've done studies, you know.
60% of the time it works. Every time. Now, I don't see any other aircraft types kind of like me. So I wonder, is that the issue here as well, right? So hang on. Hold hard now, lads. Hold hard. So if I were to change this one. And this is all for science now. I just want to see, does that disappear, the big massive airliners, right? Override. This is science in motion, lads. I'm telling you, it's great crack. Right, there's now no one loaded into something that they shouldn't be. Except for that A330. But that's the multiplayer side. That's not say intentions. Right, anyway, we'll leave that be. At least we now know how to do it. And Marigin has given me the powers. With great power, with great power comes great responsibility. Yes. Cyrus T is here. Good to see you, buddy. My multiplayer is broken. What's it doing, man? What's it doing? Interesting. Gabrielle, there's no profile for it. Yeah, no, I think we'll be all right. Once we get airborne, like, there's some weirdness going on over here. And as I said, like, I don't know, is that actually the sim acting the maggot? Or is there something else acting the maggot inside it? So there's two aircraft here, PS Mirandai. There's two aircraft shown for him. Like it says, Just Flight AI A320 air. Like, it's what? Do you know what I mean? It's just very, very strange. The frequencies for Skynet aren't showing in say intentions. Is your islander showing? There's an islander there, all right. You're in the Draco. Yeah, it's just like, what? Anyway, we shan't worry too much. We shan't worry. I'm every airplane. Come on, called Nevo. Thank you very much indeed. Looks like the neighbour's dog. Right, let us get some power into this machine here. So we're currently set up with like everything kind of open. So we'll go ahead and start closing things up. So close all this stuff up. I have removed the before flight this time. And chocks are there, get rid of all that. EFB mount, yeah, we can have that there. We'll disappear all of that stuff. All right. So looking around, a bit of trying to get ourselves, you know, how does one fly this machine? We need to wait, or need to find out. Merv question, in the CL415, the radio only shows 123.13. So you need 833 spacing, it's called. Toto. It's in your options there somewhere. Go into sound. Is it sound options? Settings. Sound. Isn't there like an option to use like 0.833 or something? I'm almost certain there is. Would it be accessibility? No. Assistance? Wasn't there like an option to have like 0.833? Would that be in Sim Avionics? Yeah, but where do we find that? You know what I mean? Jeez, that's a good one now. Oh, it could be in the... Yes, actually, hang on. Malky, you are right. Go on into the... Yeah, go into the avionics of the sim itself. There should be an option there. We'll have a look, right? We'll have a look. Let me see. Battery. So we want to put some power into this machine here, right? So we have battery. Come down here, we're too high. And go forward. Battery. External power, I don't think there is any, but we'll just flick the L little switch. There's no GPU on this, or APU on this aircraft, so we'll want to watch that. Oil coolers and cowl flaps. Yeah, we want the cowls open. What else do we want to do? Carb air, that's all fine. Oil dilution, leave that alone. So that's all looking good. Clean kit, don't worry about that. And what else do we have? Inverters. Make sure that they're on. Right, okay, what else do we have up here? So fuel tanks. We're going to go into the main tanks. There we go. And do here as well. Buttons happening all over the place. I thought it was in the avionics. Yeah, I think it is. We'll have a quick look now in a moment. Right, what do we want to do? Ignition. Pull off. Make sure that's pressed in. Our mags on both... Our mags on both sides. Get rid of the gust lock. Move the latch. Move the gust lock. That should free up our engine controls and stuff. Flight controls are now free and correct. What else do we need to do here now? Can't lift those. Avionics are turned off, but that's okay. Fuel booster pumps. Left and right. Right? And we've other stuff down the parish here now as well. So we're looking for our rudder boost. That needs to be on. Battery, that's all okay. That's turned on. Avionics will be coming on. There's a button for that somewhere. I think it's up here. We'll find it. So it's going to be an attempt to start this machine. And we'll see what happens. Exterior lights. Beacon nav lights are already on. Mags are already on. And then we have our primer right hand side. That's ticking away, and we'll give it an old crank and see what happens. Hopefully this starts it. Mixture. She didn't like that. Try it again, Murph. I'm not quite sure about that fuel, are you? Did this load in with the fuel tanks actually on? I'm not quite sure. Let's try this one. It's weird hearing all these... She fired. It's weird hearing all these sounds, isn't it? My bit of RPM here, bring it up. Wow, look at the shaking on the screen, look. Jesus. Okay, repeat the process here on the left-hand side. Give it a prime. We'll go mixture rich. And give her a blast. We have spinach on the prop. She's shaking. She's rattling. She's thinking about it. Huzzah! See the nice kind of head movements from the shake and that? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, that's, well, to me that looks like it's a decent start, right? So let's have a look here then. We're looking for drop tank, radio master. That's our avionics coming on board. Now, in terms of generators and stuff, oil oil shut off, that's fine. Clean kit not using. Property icer not using. Let's continue on looking over here. Inverter's already on. Carburetor looks good. Generator's on. And we're getting a read on both the battery and on our main bus and also the right generator. Circuit breakers are all in. And we just let the aircraft start getting itself ready. Nice. If the aircraft sounds a little bit kind of thinny, I can fix that. I just need to remember where I've hid the gadget. Is it this? Equalizer APO? I think it's this one. Mind your ears, lads. Now we can totally make our sim sound lovely. We'll give it a bit of a rev. Have a listen. Oh, yeah. Mangst, that's our destination, buddy. Nighthawk. Wait, what? Really? Interesting. Paul, good to see you. What is your English accent? It's very easy to understand what you say. Even if I am from Quebec, I absolutely enjoy all of your content. Paul, thank you very much indeed. I'm Irish. Departure airport, English, I can do it, is 1 Oscar 6. 1 Oscar 6. That'll get us where we need to go. Okay, so quick check on Shaw. We're going to go down to our transponder. We're VIA4. We're going to make sure that's on. Other things we want here, CDI. We're probably just going to use heading mode, to be honest. Make sure that we have the local barrow and local pressures and all that jazz is set up. We're also running our radio frequencies. 123135. We'll give the lads a shout over and say intentions for a radio check. Hello, hello. This is November 235 Romeo Mike. Radio check. And now let's see what happens there. I might need to turn down the sim sounds. To about 50. Right. And then we should get someone out on the radio. So we're on 123135. 123135. So we'll just give that a moment to hear what happens, right? Let me see. Estelle, good to see you. Good morning. Initial climb. Well, we're already at a little bit of altitude here, so we'll be climbing up. I don't know what we'll do. Probably 7,000. Right? We're at 3 at the moment. Strobes, come on. We're going to go and get our landing lights on. So we want to extend these guys. And turn them on. The developer rather of this plane, he's joined us a couple of times here on the stream. Such a lovely fella. How are we looking here, lads? Bit of oomph? My lights aren't fully extended. Right, bit of power here, move us forward. The plane does not want to move. 5 by 5. Okay, so there's our radios working. Are my chocks still in? No. Bit of oomph, can she roll? Our plane is stuck. Really? We were in the ground. Ah, for crying out loud, really? Let's see what happens here. She just wouldn't move. And then slew mode, the plane didn't like it. We'll try it all again though, right? The plane is grounded. Restart the right side. I think now I have removed on me before flight. I always forget on this plane. There's always like a pedo something. Look at the smoke effects. There's always something missing. Why are my lights not? Oh, yeah, Muppet. We need to extend these. 60% of the time it works every time. Yeah, we're not doing anything here. The old brakes aren't coming off.
Can I get a refund?
Shag off, there's no refunds. This is great crack, the plane isn't moving at all. Right. We need to troubleshoot this one. Windshield. Pedo. Landing gear. Hand pump instructions. Like, there's movement on the pedal, so it doesn't look like they're locked, right? So what are we actually forgetting here, lads? What's this button do? Oh, that's like hydraulics. I know. Right. We'll figure this one out together. JTO we're not using. Supercharger. Yeah, tie downs are off. The plane is stuck, lads. There's nothing attached on the plane. Is there a bug? Just kick the tires, Murphy. Oof. Right? Stupid thing. It doesn't want to move. Any ideas here, lads? Is it shagged? I think it's shagged.
Look at this big Aegis.
Yeah, but listen, the thing is shagged. It wasn't my fault this time. I did slew and I moved me forward. And then my engines cut out. This needs to be done. Slew wasn't a great idea, lads. I'm just saying now. Slew just... Oh, Jesus, that's the road. Slew... Ah, Jesus, that's triple... Ah, Jesus. So, we're going off now to play FIFA. What the deuce is going on, plane? Get onto the shag and runway and stop messing, will you? I wonder, is there like some sort of a conflict with some of the add-ons that I'm using?
60% of the time, it works every time.
This is like...
I have been. I've been drinking like a man Egypt.
Right, fish now. You had that fixed as well, Flyer 10.
We're going the wrong way.
Right, lads, the main thing is there, we've just taken off. Is this plane shagged? Why did it work yesterday? And it didn't work today. Anyway, the main thing is... Oh, wait. My landing rate and everything's absolutely ballsed up. It's grand, lads. Let's not worry about these things. Right now...
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Yeah. Landing's going to be some crack, isn't it? Yes. If you're on Xbox, press... Come on, Muse. Right, lads. If you're on the... if you're on the Xbox, press 1. PC or PlayStation. PC pilots, press 2. 3 if you're using Skynet. And 4 if you think I'm the greatest cretin there ever was in the history of all cretins. Jesus. Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream Monday to Friday, 2000 Zulu time. Right here. sure it's looking well now, you know. There's Mount Shasta, look. Cyrus G fixed it. Come on yourself. I had every faith in your confidence. The last time you had it was the Gustlock? No, definitely not the Gustlock. How are we going to land? Listen, that's not important right now. What's important is, you know, keep her lit. We keep moving. Oh, jeez, look at this. We're off to a flying start, lads. Right. Well, the main thing is, I suppose, is how we look after the landing. Right?
It's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Mr. Hoppy is here, good to see you. Thank you. The timing from Mr. Hoppy, BJD. Thank you very, very much indeed. What was my last landing rate? Smooth. Yes. I wonder what it was before that, right? Is this Mount Shasta or is that Mount Shasta? I mean, that's more like Mount Meh. That looks more like a mountain, you know. That's just like, well, it's, you know. He's off the RPM here now, Jemima. Right? We'll calm this machine right back there now. Yes. Turn off that supercharger as well. What were you thinking, Murphy? Right, now we'll just ease our way into it, lads. Ease our way in, right? The one on the left is Mount Leitrim. Huh? Shag off, Scott. There's no such thing as Leitrim. Shasta's the one on the right. Mount Eddy. That's it. Mount Eddy, is it? Right, Richie, I've a Mount... Jace, that's very... look at that mad-looking devil of it. It's supposed to be like a wagon wheel, I suppose, you know. Pierce Bikes, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Cold Nebo, right? Right, lads. We'll just spin around here and then we're going to be heading down to our first stop of the night, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm going to do a water landing first, just to make sure we don't need to rely on the gears, because I think they're shagged. You know, could be worse. Don't know how, but it could be worse. It's always worse, you know. It's looking terribly nice. Alright. Okie dokie. What's the plane? This here is an Albatross G-111. They were built by Grumman. Very, very nice. And this one is converted into, like, you know, a family yacht. Look, we have a galley. We have places here for the double bed and the mattress. I think we have a lavvy back here. Just clean it up after yourself. Is there even a drop around? There is. There's a bit of a drop. Yeah. Lift the flap and, you know, it'll sort it all out for you. Great stuff. The lav is gone. Was there ever a lav in there? Emerald Senior Designs 1500 has been released. Ooh. We're going to check that out on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. Right, we're circling around. That is Mount Shasta. It's friggin' cool looking, isn't it? Yeah, they can put in a G1000 but not a lav, right? So with FS Realistic working, see this head anticipation stuff? Big Al was onto me a while ago saying, Murph, there's a gadget you can set up with this. So it's actually it's running as default with FS Realistic. Where's my yokage? There we go. So it kind of turns your head a little bit. I don't know if I like it yet. You know. Finally made it home, my coffee says. No worries. Good luck with the Irish athletes for the Winter Games. Yes. Right, let us head her on this direction, right? Now I'm going to do a bit of reading. This is going to be great crack. So wait to hear this, right? The Golden Gate Bridge, which of course in Latin is a Wales. But anyway, the Golden Gate Bridge. It's not a single crossing, not merely a crossing between San Francisco and Marin County. It is that of a monumental feat of engineering and design. It's spanning the narrow Golden Gate Strait. It carries US Route 101 and California State Route 1 across the Pacific Inlet and has become a global symbol of San Francisco. When it opened on the 27th of May 1937, it was the world's longest and tallest suspension bridge. And the American Society of Civil Engineers later recognized it as a modern marvel. Its graceful Art Deco towers and distinctive international orange paint make it instantly recognizable. Ooh. So the origins and the plan to build a bridge in the first place. Well, early ferry services. Prior to the bridge, ferry boats were the only practical way to cross the Golden Gate Strait. Ferry services between San Francisco's Hyde Street Pier and then the Sausalito, it began in the 1840s, with the trip taking roughly 20 minutes and costing $1. By the early 20th century, ferries were operated by the Southern Pacific Railroad. Traffic grew rapidly as the region developed, and weather-related delays frustrated the passengers. In 1916, engineer and journalist James H. Wilkins wrote an editorial proposing a bridge across the strait. San Francisco city engineer Michael O'Shaughnessy took the idea, and in August 1919, city officials formally asked him to investigate. Many experts scoffed that no bridge could withstand the strait's deep water. In places, that's over 100 meters, strong tides and frequent fog. Estimates ranged over $100 million. But Joseph B. Strauss, then a noted bridge builder, a Bascule bridge builder, argued he could build a bridge for $25 to $30 million. Strauss sketched a cantilever suspension hybrid on the 28th of June 1921, estimating a cost of $17 million, and began lobbying the public and indeed the politicians. Because the bridge would serve multiple counties, O'Shaughnessy, Mayoral Secretary Edward Rainey, and Strauss proposed creating a special district. And on the 13th of January 1923, banker Franklin P. Doyle chaired a meeting that formed the Golden Gate Association, which later pushed for legislation allowing counties to join a bridge district. Assemblyman Frank L. Coombs and attorney George Harlan drafted the Coombs Bill, authorizing formation of the Golden Gate Bridge and Highway District. Governor Friend Richardson signed it into law on the 25th of May 1923, and despite vigorous opposition from ferry interests and 8 years of litigation, supporters obtained a provisional construction permit from the War Department and persuaded counties to join. The certificate of incorporation was signed on the 4th of December 1928, and the district's board of directors held its first meeting on the 23rd of January 1929. Ooh. Mrs. Doyle, yeah. So, with the district formed, the next hurdle was financing. Opponents argued the bridge would mar the harbour, obstruct shipping and even collapse. Supporters, including labour unions, the Redwood Empire Association, the California State Automobile Association, and San Francisco's Chamber of Commerce, mounted an energetic campaign. On the 4th of November 1930, voters in 6-member counties, including San Francisco, Marin, Sonoma, Napa, Mendocino, and Del Norte, approved the $35 million bond issued by 145,000 votes to 46,000. Because California statutes restrict the interest rate, the district struggled to sell the bonds until Amadeo Gianni's Bank of America agreed to purchase them at 5%. No federal state funds were used. The last bonds retired only in 1971. Mendocino, thank you. So, The key players and the concept then of the evolution. Well, chief engineer Joseph Strauss, he was more a promoter and project manager than bridge designer. To turn his preliminary concept into a workable suspension bridge, he assembled a team of specialists. In 1921, he hired Charles A. Ellis, an accomplished structural engineer from the University of Illinois, who performed thousands of calculations and produced detailed stress sheets, specifications, and contract documents. Ellis contributions they were crucial. Yet Strauss later dismissed him and omitted his name from official histories. Only decades later was he recognised as the principal designer. Cheers, that was a bit of a bad move by Strauss. I mean, and think about this, lads. This is all prior to like computers. You know what I mean? You'd literally have the old abacus out on the table trying to figure out, well, you know, what sort of stress can this thing do? What sort of angles of degree? What strength? What torque? All this kind of stuff, right? You do, Scott. Yes, I have one quality that is unmatched. I butcher names, absolutely butcher them. But anyway, we'd be grand. Look at the lovely valley we're in. Now, Strauss also retained consulting engineer Leon S. Moisieff, who championed the deflection theory for suspension bridges. In 1925, he recommended abandoning Strauss's hybrid for a stiffened suspension bridge design. By August 1929, the board accepted the all-suspension design, and they prompted the engineers O.H. Amann and Charles Derleth. They joined the advisory board. The design featured a main span of 4,200 feet, that's 1.2 or 1,200 meters, longer than any existing suspension bridge, and flexible towers capable of deflecting under load. And you might say, well, why was this so important? Well, only a few years before that, San Francisco suffered a major earthquake. Massive. It like buildings collapsed. There was fires all over the shop. It pretty much leveled the city. And San Francisco, I mean, that was incorporated in the 1770s, right? It was the spot on the West Coast. And the entire city was completely destroyed after the earthquake. So all of a sudden, they're now building it into this incredible hub, and now they want to expand. I mean, if you look at the landmass around San Francisco, it's surrounded by water on three sides, so it's quite locked in, right? So having a bridge for them, vital, absolutely vital. So Irving Morrow's Art Deco aesthetic and colour. Architect Irving Morrow gave the bridge its distinctive appearance. He selected the International Orange for the steel after noticing the pleasing warm hue of the red lead primer. Morrow argued that this colour would provide visibility in the fog, it would complement the blue water and the green hills, and avoid the somberness of grey or black. He rejected aluminium paint because it diminished the sense of scale, and the modern formula approximately 0% approximates, so does 0% cyan, 69% magenta, 100% yellow, and 6% black. Now, so if you want to remake the colour, he also introduced the Art Deco features. Designed tapered bridge towers with vertical ribbing, streamlined handrails, and slender, angled light posts, also imparting elegance while emphasising height. His lighting scheme, outlined in a 1935 report, used low-pressure sodium lamps to cast a warm glow on the roadway. They were replaced by high-pressure sodium lamps back in 1972, and then energy-efficient LED lights would follow a number of years later. This is absolutely gorgeous scenery, right? Love how there was no tail, Cyrus. Isn't it desperate? Absolutely desperate. So, the structural specifications, right? The completed bridge stretches 1.7 miles from anchorage to anchorage. The key dimensions are summarised as follows. The main span length is 4,200 feet. The total length is 8,981 feet. The tower height above the water is 746 feet. And the clearance at midspan 220 feet. The main cables, two main cables, each containing, get this, 27,572 wires bounded into 61 strands. The total wire length you could circumnavigate the globe, you know, equator to equator, something like 3 times. Mad, right? Then, of course, we have the concrete. It was said there's enough concrete in this bridge that you could make a 1.5 foot sidewalk from, you know, San Francisco to New York. Right? Construction officially began. The towers rest on concrete piers anchored in the bedrock. Each main cable is fastened to massive anchorages weighing up to 60,000 tons. Suspender ropes, vertical hangers support the roadway, and all 250 pairs were replaced between 1973 and 1976. What? So construction officially began on the 5th of January 1933, and it was celebrated with a groundbreaking ceremony on the 26th. It was attended by about 100,000 people. Governor James Rolfe and San Francisco's Mayor Angelo Rossi spoke while carrier pigeons carried messages across the bay. Contracts totaled roughly $35 million, and the steel superstructure contract went to McClintock Marshall Company for $10.5 million. John A. Roebling Sons supplied the main cables for just under $6 million. Other major contractors covered the piers, roadways, electrical work, and of course the painting. Work started on the massive concrete anchorages in January 1933, and they kept building them up until February 36. The southern anchorage required excavating bedrock and constructing forms in windswept Presidio. Effectively what they had to do, right, in order to be able to build and put these foundations underwater, right, they had to clear out an area. So they kind of put in, this is like the worst way to explain something, but like, do you know those gadgets you use for cooking buns or stuff, you know, like these stencils, these round stencils, and you pour your mix into it and then you bake them, right? There's a name for them, I'm sure, but anyway, they had to make a giant one of these, and the idea being is it goes down into the water, they then pump out the water, thus making a dry dock in the middle of the strait. Look at the camera shakes here, Jesus, it's very frightening. Ah yes, couple of aircraft, brilliant. Where am I going now? We better go right here. There's a big mountain in front of me, right? Bridge missed. Did I miss a bridge? We'll ram it up the road here to see what we can see. Man, I have to get used to all this camera shaking. Oh, Jesus. It's very cool, isn't it? Hang on, we get ourselves straightened up here. Oh.
Hello there.
To spin the main cables then, right? So once they got the main struts in, then they had to go off and build the towers. Then the towers, they had to put the cables in. And the last thing to go onto this was actually the road itself. That was held, obviously, it was suspended, right? To spin the main cables, workers erected catwalks of steel cables and wire mesh between the towers. Using a technique pioneered on the New York's George Washington Bridge, Roebling's crews carried wire back and forth across the span, bundling the wires into strands, and once compacted and wrapped, each cable was nearly a yard in diameter. We're getting ourselves into a bit of a mess here. More power, Louis! Jesus! Oh, this is going to be, like, catastrophically bad. Can we get out of this mess? I think we can. I have every faith in your abilities to, you know. I missed a bridge that led to a farm. Oh, the simulated horror. Brilliant. I know, we do a bit of a turn here now. It's getting tricky here now, lads. I'm just saying, whoever came up with this flight, you know, tricky. It does look very nice though. Jeez, everyone flying with us. This is class. Oh gee, we need to go more. We need to go that way. There's safer terrain that way. We'll go this way, right? Come back to the stream and I hear, how can I get out of this mess? Oh yeah. So this kind of head anticipation stuff, I don't think I like it. I want to turn that off. It's adding a lot of motion to me, to the screen, isn't it? See this crack? It's handy if you're kind of flying stuff, but like, you know, we're going to turn that off because like that's just going to, you know, hang on there now. So we're talking about, we need something here for like head anticipation. And just like that, It is absolutely grand again. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, we got out of that mess. That was a close call. Wonder if it would add shakes to your DOF reality. I'm not quite sure, actually. I wouldn't think so. Because it's not... Well... I don't think it would add to it. It's reading the same data in order to inject this kind of shake. You know what I mean? But yeah. Now, what was pretty cool about this bridge, like you're talking 1930s, so you're probably thinking about, you know, working at height, safety. Well, it turns out Strauss imposed strict safety rules, which was very unusual for that era. Workers wore hard hats, they had respirators, goggles and special face cream to protect against windburn. Diets included different juice to combat hangovers, and a $130,000 safety net was made of manila rope hung beneath the roadway in case someone could fall. It actually saved 19 men. They dubbed themselves Halfway to Hell Club. These men who fell off underneath the bottom of the bridge, but they got caught in the safety net. However, 11 workers died during construction, 10 of which died on the 17th of February 1937 when scaffolding broke and like a whole like rig fell out. It landed in the net, which held it for like a second, and then it all came crashing down. And then another man died in 1936. So despite all the health and safety things, to be honest, if you didn't have those health and safety things, a lot more. I mean, construction projects back then, lads, there was almost like an acceptable rate of fatalities on a building site. It was just the norm. This is dangerous work. I mean, even the rivets that they had to put in, they had a fire which was constantly on the go. The rivets were taken out. They were glowing white. That's how hot they were. They were sent on tubes. The lads would then grab it and then start hammering it. Hello, young fella. All good? The reason why they do that, when they were hammering the rivets into place, was sure they'd expand and almost weld themselves into position. So you can imagine, like, if you didn't have your gloves on, Janie, then you get a terrible rap, you know? So the bridge then opened with a week-long celebration from the 27th of May to the 2nd of June 1937. May 27th was Pedestrian Day. The roadway was closed to vehicles, and an estimated 200,000 people, around 15,000 each hour, they paid 25 cents to walk across the bridge. Donald Bryan from Marin County was the first official pedestrian, and others crossed on stilts, roller skates, and even pogo sticks. A lot of folks dressed up for the occasion as well. Strauss recited his poem The Mighty Task is Done, celebrating completion of the bridge, and local newspapers issued commemorative editions. On the 28th of May, the bridge opened to vehicle traffic. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, speaking from the White House, pressed a gold telegraph key to signal the start of the automobile crossings. Dignitaries cut ceremonial chains and cast floral wreaths into the bay. Fireworks and parades continued for over a week. But not only that, the last rivet going into the bridge, it was a ceremonial one made out of solid gold, and the poor devil, when he went to hammer it in, didn't the rivet fall out and drop to the bottom of the sea? I wonder, was that a Murphy? I mean, right. Yes, you have the honour of putting in the last rivet made out of solid gold. Ping! Oh, Jesus! It's down there, right. And it was replaced by a steel rivet and all was well. So the bridge, traffic management. Well, the bridge carries about 112,000 vehicles per day, with lanes reconfigured during rush hour to favour the dominant direction. And up until 2015, the only separation between north and southbound traffic were flexible pylons. Head-on collisions were a serious hazard. And in January 2015, the district installed a movable median barrier. The steel and concrete barrier cost $30 million. About 20 of that came from state funding, and is shifted by specialised zipper trucks to create 3 or 4 lanes in the peak direction. Since its installation, head-on collisions have been virtually eliminated. The bridge has the use of all electronic tolling. 27th of March 2013, drivers either use fast-track transponders or have their license plates photographed for billing, and toll rates change periodically. In July 2025, tolls for 2 acts of vehicles were $9.75. $10 via a license plate account and $10.75 if invoiced. Drivers with eligible DMV decals can pay $7.75. Rates for vehicles with more axles, well, they go all the way up, to about $68. What? That's a wild expensive toll, right? It rose to 40. So again, historically, the toll was 50 cents per crossing in 1937, collected in both directions. It rose 40 cents one way in 1950, $3 in 1991. Today, tolls are collected only on the southbound heading towards San Francisco. Pedestrians and bicyclists share. Pedestrians and cyclists share sidewalks that are closed at night time. The east sidewalk is generally open to pedestrians from morning until late afternoon, and to bicycles when the west sidewalk is closed. The west sidewalk is open to cyclists at other times. In 2021, the bridge became part of the US Bicycle Route 95. Access rules are posted on the district's website. Now, maintenance. We were talking about this earlier on, right? As we do a bit of a left turn. Due to the marine environment, painting is continuous. After the original lead-based coating showed significant corrosion by the late 1960s, I thought my plane was about to cut out. It was about to cut out. How did we lose so much speed? We're all right. Keep her lit. We're all right. The district began removing it and applying an organic zinc silicate primer, followed by a vinyl and later acrylic top coat. In 2012, the main cables and north approach were stripped and repainted, and according to the district, 13 ironworkers and 28 painters work year-round to replace corroded steel, drive high-strength bolts in place of rivets, and touch up the paint. The colour remains international orange both for aesthetics and, of course, its visibility. Why are we losing so much power here? We're okay for fuel, aren't we? We're okay for fuel. It's probably my erratic driving. Stall. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Historical reports now show that even during the Depression, the bridge demanded extensive painting. The 1938-1939 annual report describes steel being scraped to bare metal with pneumatic hammers and flame heaters to burn off moisture before they painted it. Today, painters use scaffolding, bosun chairs, and also rigging suspended from the cables. Morrow's lighting plan emphasised, subtlety. Low-pressure sodium lamps lit the roadway until 1972, and then high-pressure sodium lamps were installed, and then modern LED fixtures now reduce energy use. Decorative floodlights illuminate the towers at night time, while red aircraft warning beacons crown each tower. We're also going the wrong way. Don't worry, lads, we'll fix it. The bridge, of course, famous for its fog. Advection fog forms when cold Pacific air meets warm inland air, rolling through the Golden Gate in the summertime. To aid with navigation, the district operates 5 fog horns, 3 at midspan and 2 on the south tower. And according to the US Coast Guard's tone chart, the midspan horn sounds a pattern of 1 second blast separated by 6 and 24 seconds. The south tower horns emit 2 second blasts separated by 18 seconds. The horns run an average of 2.5 hours a day, more in summertime, and are manually activated. New Leslie air horns installed in 1985 replaced the aging units. Red, green, white nav lights are also on the bridge for mariners. That's kind of mad, isn't it? Now, wind stability. Shortly after opening, engineers discovered that strong winds could cause uncomfortable oscillations. The 1st December 1951, a storm with 69-mile-an-hour gusts forced a 4-hour bridge closure, and engineers subsequently removed and installed lower lateral bracing in 1953 to stiffen the bridge, improving wind stability by 35%. Later storms in 1982 and 1983 also closed the bridge for several hours, but there was no structural damage. That's mad, isn't it? By 1970, the concrete roadway had deteriorated, so between 1982 and 1986, the district replaced the original deck with an orthotropic steel deck, lighter rib steel platform. It lowered the dead load by about 40%. It also widened the roadway to 62 feet while keeping the 6 lanes. During replacement, the bridge remained open by working only one lane at a time. The project cost $68 million, with 80% funded by the federal government. Earlier, from 1973 to 1976, all 250 pairs of suspender ropes were replaced while traffic continued to flow. That's mad. We're alright, we're keeping our altitude grand and low. Totally fine, totally fine. Trim is an absolute devil in this plane, plus it's going very, very fast. We'll see what happens now, right? I suppose one of the biggest things about this, lads, is the seismic retrofitting. It is located right on the San Andreas fault line, meaning that the bridge must withstand severe earthquakes. A comprehensive seismic retrofit program began in the late 1990s. Design criteria assumed a moderate earthquake with a ground acceleration of 0.46 grams and a maximum credible earthquake of 0.65, leading engineers to strengthen the towers, approaches and the foundations. Retrofit work was divided into phases because of the funding constraints. Phase 1 was completed between 1997 and 2008, upgraded the Marin approach. Phase 2 between 2001 and 2008 strengthened the San Francisco, and Phase 3 will retrofit the main suspension span, and that has not yet been completed. Or maybe it's just completed. Mad, right? Right, we're kind of getting back on track here. This is beautiful countryside. Absolutely stunning. Model matching is on fire tonight, Frank, in your 737. Jesus. Right, we continue on. We're on live time and weather as well. This is very pretty. Let me see here now. Other notable projects including replacing the original toll booths. They also installed a new decorative tower lighting. Cornwall, thank you very much indeed. 33 months, man. Cheers, buddy. But yeah, that's kind of mad, isn't it? Will it live out the big one? No idea. No idea. It's Nor Callies here, good to see you. If you sell your car here, you might get a bridge toll in the mail. I had to forget to remove my old car from the FastPass website, and I got a bill in the mail 2 years later. No way! 33 and a third, right? Filthy! Thank you very much indeed. 46 months. Cheers, buddy. Here to see the famous landmark, also known as Murphy's Bald Spot. Oh, Jesus. That's terrible, isn't it? Right, now, hang on, plane. There is an autopilot in this here somewhere, isn't there? Easy now, Jemima. If I was an autopilot, where would I live? Here. Autopilot, yaw dampener, flight director. Let's hold altitude. And let's go heading. Right, hang on now. Hang on now, lads. We'll do all this together. We'll do a bit of a right-hand turn here, right? In a box, man, good to see you. So what I have here, lads, I've some footage of the gadget look, right? So we'll up there now, you divil. We'll play some of this to show you.
For him, it was the dream and the culmination of a lifetime. His name was Joseph Strauss. His title, Chief Engineer, Golden Gate Bridge and Highway District. Joseph Strauss is the man who led a corps of creative engineers and a legion of rugged men in designing and building the Golden Gate Bridge.
The Golden Gate Bridge. It's fairly old L footage now, you know, but just to give you an idea of it, right?
Was an obvious need. San Francisco Bay formed a 50-mile-long barrier to highway traffic in the San Francisco area. and the entrance from the sea, known as the Golden Gate, separated the growing city on the south from the lightly populated and excellent recreation areas of Marin County. While a bridge was an obvious need, it was not an obvious possibility. The challenge was not to bridge a river or a valley, but an arm of the ocean. The proposed bridge was this one, impressive in its simplicity, modern in its concept. The center span from tower to tower would be 4,200 feet long, the longest ever attempted in that time. The side spans would each be 1,125 feet long. The roadway would be some 250 feet above the choppy waters of the bay. That was how matters stood in 1921. 11 years of stormy controversy followed. The opponents raised many objections. Some said the bridge couldn't possibly be built. Other critics said the bridge would cost an exorbitant sum, almost $100 million. And to a city that remembered a disastrous earthquake, there was an ominous note. The bridge would be only a few miles from the San Andreas Fault. The battle was fought vigorously in the courts and in the newspaper columns. But the dreamers and the builders won out. Construction began officially on January 5th, 1933. The film you're about to see is old, but these flickering scenes still portray the story of building this great bridge. In the fabricating shops of the Bethlehem Steel Company at Pottstown and Steelton, Pennsylvania, the fabrication work begins. Bethlehem, the major contractor, will build the steel towers and suspended span of the bridge. Huge sections, formed and temporarily assembled at the shops, are disassembled and shipped by rail to the Philadelphia docks. It takes miles of railroad cars to carry the steel for the towers and suspended span.
It's mad when you think about it, like how just the scale.
Ships of Bethlehem's Kalmar line for the long trip to San Francisco.
The music is stress-inducing. That's good old music. Yeah, trains, right?
The Golden Gate into San Francisco Bay. The steelwork is unloaded at Bethlehem's facilities at Alameda, across the bay from San Francisco.
Like, isn't it absolutely mad, right? We'll turn that fella down now for the second, lads, and we'll get ourselves back in action here now. Where's me sounds? Now you're thrashing. We'll bring the video back up though, because I think looking at the pictures is pretty awesome, right? But like, isn't it mad when you consider, like, you know, the scale, trains, ships? It's frightening, isn't it? Frightening. A lot of media from there had that type of music. Yeah. Earthquake-resistant tunnel building is a thing now. Well, I mean, they built this to be earthquake or somewhat earthquake-resistant, right? So hang on, we'll go back here just to give you an idea of the design, because it's, oh Jesus, it's the design features of this thing which are just class. And like the height of it, do you know? And where they built it as well, like it wasn't just, Ash, we'll just go across here, you know? Loud jet noise. Yeah, that works. Keen Lampford, what did I forget? There's Muse fan there holding the camera, look. Right. Didn't he look well? You know, for 50. But anyway. Built right next to the old Fort Point. Fort Point. Junction 14 of the M7. Nah, Keen. Junction 14 is overrated, lad. Junction 17 is where it's at. We need an eye roll emote. I'll get you one of those, Muse. Don't you worry. Junction 17 is way better. But yeah, like when you see everything getting built, manufactured, put into place, like years building this thing. The lads had hard hats. Again, at the time, this was all that you are. There he is with the rivets, look. They're riveting. And they go through this little kind of a pipe gadget. Crazy stuff. Been through many times, or many of the ground shakes. No way. There is, Kieran, unfortunately. Yeah, there is. My dad was telling me when he was there, like, he felt the thing moving. Can't argue, to be honest, right? Junction 17. Me flat shakes every time folks downstairs run the washer. There we go. Yeah, that's the one, Crotty, yeah. Portleash. Some local dual-span roadways pancaked in the 1990s earthquake. Oh, did they? The movie is riveting. I see what you did there, CP. Brilliant. But yeah, like, there's videos online you can look at the actual building of it. It was just incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. It's gas, like, I mean, that's what this series is all about. We have all these landmarks and we kind of, yeah, they're nice buildings, but when you kind of figure out, Jesus, like, how did they come up with the idea, right? How was it financed? What was going on in the world at the time? And how did they manage to actually build it? And how is it today? You know what I mean? And there's so many, like, I picked 7 for this first series. We'll do more, of course. I mean, there's tons of them. But bridges always fascinate me. And there's something about bridges, lads, isn't it? I don't know what it, yes, we like to go under them, but, like, there's just something about bridges. They just tend to look nice. Junction 17, the services are too far off the motorway. 14 or 23 for the win. Ah, Jesus, no. No. Muse, go into 17. Okay, you have to cross the road. Well, it depends. If you're coming back up the road, it's closer to you. You know. Pop over for a pint in Bristol. I'll take you to see Brunel's Bridge. Yeah. Crossed the bridge about 4 times in real life. No way. Blows my mind when they made these bridges so long ago. They're still standing. I mean, you know, where's Gibbo? Like, Roman bridges still exist. Viking bridges in Ireland still exist. You forgot they needed to blast a tunnel in the mountain on the Marin side. They did, actually, you're right. That, yeah, they blew it up, or they blew the ground out of it. Yeah, that's right, Jane, yeah. That's these individual cables, look. But anyway, long story short, they built it under budget and ahead of time. You don't rarely hear about projects like that anymore. It's Marine. Or Marin. No, wait. Marin? Marin? Marin. Scott, listen, you're not going to win. If you're trying to, phonetically, Marin. There we go. Marin, right. I only came across it a year ago, yeah. Murin or Marin? Your ma. I'm not trying to be smart, but these bridges are made to last this long. Yeah. Moron. Thank you, Muse. Moron. Yeah. You're moron. Your ma, right? But anyway, great bunch of gas altogether, isn't it? There's a broom cupboard in Dover Castle built with the Romans. There you go. Cupboard, you say. But it's pretty cool, isn't it? I love seeing the old building stuff. There's that net underneath it, look. Oh, Jesus. Look at that, like. And, like, there's no harnesses or any of that. Like, there's a net there. If you fall, you know. The new update for LA, California looks amazing. Seriously couldn't tell sometimes if I was playing a game or watching a live video recording. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we're exploring the whole region here now tonight. I mean, that was the point of doing this now. Says your man who's about to have a terrible accident. We need to climb, friends. Up the hill. Can we go vertical speed on this? We can a little bit. Because I need to get over this. I need to get over these hills here. You know. Flew out of Oxnard yesterday. Oh, nice. Also crossed the Bay Bridge. Ooh. It's pronounced Marin. Okay. The two main cables of the Golden Gate Bridge contain a combined total 80,000 miles of galvanized steel. Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? Third, it's nuts. How far are we from the first stop? We are 40 miles. No health and safety. Well, compared to today, Mr. Pauly, no, but back then, yes. I mean, they had hard hats, special gloves, respirators, right? Because, you know, your man knew, Strauss knew of keeping their workforce safe. They'd actually work faster, you know? You know what I mean? It is crazy, yeah. I would say 14 is bigger, but I'm travelling from Cork. Generally stop at 17. 17 is better. 14 isn't great. It's very expensive. Lifespan was shorter back then. Yeah, unfortunately so, yeah. Right, bit of a right turn here now, lads. It's looking great, isn't it? There's Cracker beside us. Beautiful little plane he's in. Oxnard is where you got your PPL. No way. I believe there was a man who fell into the wet concrete and they couldn't rescue him, so he lies till this day. What? Roy says, Murph, fun fact, the Corpus Christi Harbour Bridge still under construction in Corpus Christi and takes about 9 years. The Golden Gate Bridge was ready in 4.5 years. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Later says, I can't wait to see how much further the game will go in the future. It's the only game in the market that has the full data of the world. Yeah, dude, it's incredible, like, I mean, you know, where do we go from here? When you think about modern day flight sims, and like, if you were to look at the transition from, we say, the likes of say an X-Plane to Microsoft Flight Simulator back in 2020, that was just like, wait, what? You know what I mean? And then we see where things are at now. Like 2024, it's absolutely stunning. It's stunning. There's an outlet at the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, it's something I'd like to do. Native Americans are good at walking the steel ironworking. There you go. Right, we're flying this machine quite well. Multiplayer in the sim is doing that rubber banding. It used to never do that. Weird, isn't it? Viper Strike, you nearly got me, but yeah, we'll have to go over Alcatraz, man. Escape from Alcatraz, Clint Eastwood, brilliant. Like, workforces in different countries, like, it's mad. When you think what man is capable of doing, forgetting race or, you know, creed or culture, forget all that. Just what humans have been able to build. It's incredible. The Rock. Yeah. Welcome to The Rock. Like, you know, learning about Titanic and all that, like, kids, they needed kids when it came to some of the rivets. They had to use kids in order, like, I say kids, but like young lads to fit into these areas in order to either hold the back of a rivet or rivet themselves. Incredible stuff. There's also an old fort called Fort Point National Historic Site. Ooh, nice. Twisted Grid, yeah, 100%. Apprentices, yeah. And Murph Manor, of course. Yes, indeed, yes. It's kind of mad. Murph, you say, you think about what man is capable of doing. I'm able to trip over the pattern in the plain carpet. Yeah, like, you know, I saw a meme today and I was like, that's my life, right? Hands up here now, right? Put ones in chat. Can you remember your landline telephone number when you were a child? Right? How many of you can actually remember your landline telephone number as a child? Right? Nearly all of you. Right? Now, and yet, there's a good chance you had to reset a password you've only created in the last 72 hours because you forgot it. Right? Brilliant. What's a landline telephone number, right? But you know what I mean? But what was that password? What was your landline phone number from like back in the day? You'll remember that straight away. Brilliant, right? You also know the license plate of your first car. Nice. That's the one, ask you, that's the one. Rotary phones. Yeah, people don't understand that. You know, that's why we have 112 as an emergency contact number. No one knew that, right? You still have a landline? It's mad, isn't it? Our age is showing, Mrs. GPHI, right? It's frightening though, isn't it? I can't remember the phone I have now. There you go. There you go. Hey, Quokka, good to see you, buddy. Isn't it mad, like, when you think about it? You could rattle off that phone number straight away to anyone. And now someone asks you, right, what's your PIN? Ooh. Brilliant, right? Phone number and passwords, 58 here. My brain is fried to anything new. Right? It's brilliant, isn't it? Button phones existed when I was born. Veltro, welcome in, buddy. Yeah, man, it's awesome, isn't it? Awesome. Color TV? You must be joking. Yeah, but like, we had the old rotary phones, right? I remember those. Got to be very fancy. You could put a pencil in it to turn the thing, because I sometimes cut my finger in it. Then we got like these fancy, you know, the digital age phone that had buttons. Checklists, invented by the Irish, the elderly Irish. Yes. We gran used to work the switchboard, so every time we rang her, she'd give the answer, hello, place, number. That's nuts. You had a trim phone? What was a trim phone? And if you got one number wrong, you had to start all over. Oh yeah, there was no backspace. Or worse, you rang the wrong person. Hello? Oh, I rang the wrong person, right? A phone with analog buttons, so retro. It's nuts. Whatever happened to the phone book? But the phone book was used for many things. For putting televisions on, for using it as an active shelf, or indeed firewood, you know. Only Murph could so casually admit that he regularly got his finger caught in a rotary phone and thinks it was normal. What? Shagging normal? You have to check out the old commercial for the first car phone. You had to go to the gym carrying it. Oh yeah, it came with a briefcase. Revolut and Amazon keep ringing me by mistake. I'm the same, Zed. And whenever you, like, you know, you ask them to hang up on you. As a magician, I can remember PIN code passwords from random people except my own, right? You had a Cinderella phone. It was your sister's. You weren't very happy with it. What? Your hands aren't big enough to get stuck in anything. Ah, for God's sake, shake off, will yous? They're only hilarious as, you know, got y'all beat. I remember when they had words along with numbers to ask for. They had words with numbers as in, call 1-800, collect me now. You know. Yeah, the phone book was a booster seat in the 70s in Australia, right? Klondike 51234. Your last car had a factory fitted car phone. It was a wee Motorola flip phone. Brilliant. 967 1111, call pizza. Did you answer your phone by quoting your number? Some people still do that. You know? 847 744? Hello there. What did you just say? You still need a booster seat? That's so funny, Cyrus. You did as a kid? Really? No way. EMT Mike, good to see you. Thank you for the follow. The number 069666 was very popular in the Netherlands. Who remembers the party line ads on the telly? Your first mobile weighed 10 pounds. What? Jesus. 1890. No, it's 1850, isn't it? 1850.
1850. 715-815.
Pick up the phone. I've the last printed telephone book still lying under the telephone. No way. When Murph got older, everything grew except his hands. Wait, what? The old bag phone. Bag phone? Lionsgate Bridge in Vancouver, similar to the Golden Gate, says Mike Coffey. Ooh. First TV remote with the old crack. Do you remember that? They used to have a wire in them, Heisenberg. The, let's go altitude hold here. The, bag phones, yeah. Interesting. Pick up the phone. Oh, go compare. Sorry, yes. Good man, Keen. Very good. Belro's terrible, isn't it? The bag phone. What was a bag phone? I was, the TV remote used to have a wire. Yeah. I was the TV remote. Get up there and change the channel. Oh, ka-chunk. The rotary knob to channel 2, right? If you want to meet priests your own age, listen in to the latest gossip, or simply have a bit of a laugh, then call Priest Chatback and speak to priests you want to know. 0898 333 211. Ah, brilliant. I miss the old landlines. You can't get the satisfaction today of slamming down the phone. Oh, bag phone, car phone? Gotcha. I could change the channel on the TV with me toy phone. The remote worked on tones. What? A friend of mine, her uncle had a phone in the car in the 1980s. CFAX and Teletext. Oh, Teletext. Do you remember Bamboozle? This will prove you're a Dunsmuir. Did the phone in your gaff start with 01? It did, Gibbo. My old phone number, 01 464 1112. Don't know who owns it now, but that was my number back in the day. Words I can't use on a family-friendly sort of stream, right? 01. Yeah, my number was 01. Yeah, who are you? The back phone weighed a lot. Right. No TV after 10. Jesus, Motorola bag phone. Gotcha. I always got told off for dialing the speaking clock. At the tone, it would be 12:04. At the tone, it will be 12:04 and 1 second. At the tone, it'll be 12:04 and 2 seconds. And that was the entire phone call. If you really wanted to get someone in trouble, you'd go to your mate's gaff, call the dial the talking clock, and just leave the phone off the hook. Brilliant. Aviation, welcome in. I just saw you're the best person I've ever met in aviation. Ah, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. I remember when numbers in Dublin were only 6 digits. Yeah. Then they added... Did they put a 4 in front of them? And then they got into like the 8s and all this. Explain the clock. So, Kane, there was a phone number you could phone, and it was literally a recording of a talking clock that gave you the hour, the minute, and the second. It was a talking clock. What time is it there, Barbara? I'll hang on there a second, you know. Dial the phone. Hello? 1800 numbers, yeah. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? And the national anthem at midnight and sign off. Yeah. But they didn't do the national anthem on the phones. That used to be on the telly, though. You know. Yeah, it was the way that you can get the official time. There still is world clock phone numbers. Right, lads, this is the lake we were talking about, Clear Lake. It looks very nice, and it is, well, you've guessed it, very clear. But we're going to attempt to land on the runway, you know, and we see what happens. Wicked Lumberjacks is here. Wicked Lumberjacks, rather. Good to see you, buddy. Sam, welcome in. It was time and temperature here. No way. Calling the operator and getting a real person. Yeah. And also, can you reverse the charges? And then you get a phone call. This is such and such. Would you like to collect the call from wherever? Yeah. The last 10 minutes made you feel very old. Is this a classic plane? I love classic planes. Yes, this is an Albatross, a Grumman Albatross built into a G-111, which is a modern conversion. It's almost into like a flying yacht, really. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful interior, right? Got a galley. And these fly in the real world. Do you remember when you'd be on the phone and your man would pick up the downstairs phone? I'm on the phone, you'd shout. Mine would sometimes pretend she hung up. Yeah, you'd be talking to your mate and all you can hear is... You'd be thinking, there's someone else on the line. You know? Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it? What does the top lever do? The top, we've a few of them. There's a throttle. We've mixture, and we also have a supercharger on this as well. It's pretty cool. Yeah, in more recent times, get off the internet. Yeah, yeah. Are you beyond the? Are you beyond your? Are you beyond a phone call to someone and all you can hear is there, you know, dur, 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 dur. Brilliant. Yeah, yeah. Stefan, yeah, that's the one, buddy. With the T on it. That's throttle, buddy. That's your throttle. The dial-up tone, do you remember that? 14,000K connection, yes. Yeah, yeah, after 6 p.m. Off-peak phone calls. Do you remember them? Right, we're kind of at speed there. Cyrus T, did he put it down in the water? He did. We'll try an out water landing for the crack here, lads. Easy now. Throttle's usually on the bottom. Yeah, not on this machine. She's a little bit different. Oh, wait now. I need to be able to land in such a way I can take off again. This is going to be hilarious. Let's turn ourselves around here a little bit. We're going to put ourselves in for a lovely, gentle water landing. Easy now. Wow, we're really getting the sound of the wind hitting the stuff, aren't we? What's your speed? Easy. Easy. All right. Let's see what happens here. So we're going to bleed off the speed. Flaps are deployed. Gear is up. And we want a gentle kiss for a water landing. The lake is calm. It is something you need to consider in Microsoft Flight Sim, the direction of the waves.
Beautifully handled approach.
You better believe it, Finton. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the state of it. Reverse. Beta. Oh yeah. Isn't that pretty cool? Much smoother than the takeoff. Absolutely. You got your feet wet. Oh man, that's gorgeous looking, isn't it? Beautiful. Right, for my next trick, we need to turn this Betsy around a bit. How do we do that now? Not that way. So we'll reverse one and we'll horse the other. Yes, we're turning, look. Chase all the water on my screen, look. Brilliant. Back it up there now, Patsy. Back it up. Back it up. Yes. Differential engine thrust. That's what it's all about. Do we have windscreen wipers on this thing? Surely. Surely. I don't see any though, do you? Negative. Jesus. Gosh, right now it's terrible. Right. One notch of flaps. All the Caribous are 737s. It's brilliant, right? Okay, friends, we shall attempt this once again. Get ourselves turned here a bit. Oh, look at the water effect, man. That's friggin' cool. That's deadly, isn't it? Right. To infinity and beside. Oh, Jesus. Takeoff power set. Speed is alive. Oh, this is pretty. Easy now. A hop, jump and a skip. Yepsy daisy. Oh yeah. Oh, that's class looking, isn't it? Oh no, Mr. Big Britches had a CTD. I don't believe you. Right. Flaps in. Now we try a, you know, landing. Only going forward because Murph can't find reverse. Yeah, yeah. Right, lads, come to our first stop of the night, and then it's down to San Francisco, the Bay Area, and then out to Half Moon Bay. Easy now. Where's this runway? It's over here. Alright, speed is good. We're going to drop the gear. Watch the power. And let's see what we can do. Aviation is so freaking cool, man, isn't it? What is that? Right, there's Ace Driver. Let's see how we get on here, lads. Speed is alright. We'll follow Toto in. This is a great plane. It's received a lot of care and attention with Sim Update 4. Easy now. Speed is good. Lots of flaps. Sound is great. Watch your speed. I think I see the runway. I can see midlife Rex. There's Jersey Devil. Is it a concrete runway? It is. Alright, easy now. Gently. Speed is good. First notch of flaps. Second notch of flaps. Mark Swan, good to see you, buddy. You're just getting into flying now? Awesome, buddy. Awesome. So much fun, man. That sound is fairly lively now, isn't it? Right, easy. $90 knots. Little high. Little fast. Let's go full flaps. And just try and take this one fierce handy. Hopefully the wheels work now, you know. 100% Malky, yeah. You need to be at the right speed for the flaps. Alright. Watch the flare. Easy now. Jesus! It looked...
Arrival onto the runway.
That looked 1,000 times worse than what it was. My landing rate was 10 feet, but the camera just went nuts. Did you see it? There was absolutely nothing wrong with that landing. Well, the sim reckoned it was 10 feet a minute. LRM thought it was 250. I think that's a setting we need to calm it down a bit in FS Realistic. What do you reckon, lads? Landing feedback.
Approaching runway 28.
Ground effect, gear up, gear drag. Where's the light bumps? No. Touchdown. Ah, look at this. That was ridiculous. Turn you down and turn you down. Hard landing. Yeah, that's okay. Intensity, bring you down a bit. Yeah, like this is all look nuts, right? Right, we'll try that. The good news is, apart from the weird model matching, we're working okay on the ground, look. Although, look at the bumps. Oh, she's alright. She's alright. Beautiful machine, though, isn't it? Gregor, it's the new FS Realistic Plus. It's very good. Flaps in. Such a pretty plane. FS not quite realistic. Yeah, it was a hell of a bounce, right? Neato, Gregor, really, right? All right, lads, check it. Your fueleth. I think we're okay. Havo. We might horse it up there. Well, 66%. I think we're okay for fuel. Leave it be. Right, leave it be. Do you need a neck brace? Right. Right, this is our first landing. We're now heading down to some absolutely gorgeous scenery into San Francisco. Is this the actual weather here as well? It is. Live time. Yeah. What about the weather? Live weather. It is absolutely gorgeous. Cheers, Sam. Appreciate that, buddy. Right. Easy now. Beautiful. The brakes aren't very good. Oh, jeez, the brakes are terrible. Oh, dear. The brakes are shagged. I wonder if that's what's wrong. Did they break the thing? It's a Sobo live weather, Malky. Yeah. The brakes don't work at all. I've the brakes on, look. I think that's what's wrong with this. The brakes are shagged. This is not good. Yeah, low pressure. Do you think they've done that? I don't want to jinx it. You know what I mean? Right. Let's go flying. One notch of flaps. Rolling. At least the wheels. Now, oh jeez, mind your trim. At least the wheels are rolling. Oh yeah, look at that. Savage. Gear up. That's savage. The hydraulics in this are interesting. Maybe it is the hydraulics though. Wait, I wonder then, was that a case that the plane wasn't actually messing, it was the hydraulics? I have the pain in me hydraulics. Oh yeah, look, it's shagged. Do we have like a hydraulic pump? Main hydraulics are good. Do we not have a hydraulic pump? If I was a hydraulics pump, where would I live? Hello there. I've no idea. Hey, Oisin is here, good to see you. Whoa! Yeah, it's down, it's the lever by me seat. Kanko, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Right, here's me hydraulic gadget thing, look. Yes. Oh, it does work. Wait, hang on, we're at 3. Lads, you're very welcome in. Hope you had a fantastic stream. We're here it's still at 3. We're here checking out our new landmark series. We're heading down to the Golden Gate Bridge. And we're in this thing. It's a Grumman Albatross. That of the G-111, converted as a flying yacht. Don't you know? You have to speak very well dressed. No, you have to dress very well spoken in this thing. But you're very welcome in. Oisin, I am indeed. Welcome in. Hope you had a great stream, Kanko. I was watching it earlier, man, and I've been playing around with FS Realistic. It's pretty good, except for the landing. Come here. Did you do a lovely landing, but everyone thought it was crap? Yeah, right. I'm just saying they exaggerate, and you know, there's a selector behind the yoke. Hand pump valve. Flaps, landing gear, park. Right. So we need to pump the bejesus out of that for the brakes to work. Love it so far? Nice. You're very welcome in, lads. Thank you for the follows. And I hope you had an awesome stream, lads. Hope you're well. So we're here cruising. We're heading down to San Francisco. We're here kind of Napa Valley neck of the woods, right? Ah, dude, Kenko, thank you very much indeed. 11 months, man. Jesus. Can't wait for, cannot wait for FS weekend. Are you driving again? Or are you going to fly? That's the one, Oisin, that's the one, right? You're driving again? Nice. Man, that car has seen miles. That has seen the roads. You know. Next vid, fly to Roanoke Regional. Ooh. I know the feeling. One day, Kenko, you'll. I mean, one day you might even drive the exclusive cars, the superb cars. They're in fact so superb. They're called Superb. A Skoda Superb. One day, to keep chugging away, man, you'll get there. The good thing about the Superb is they're a good car. Then again, Mini aren't very Mini anymore. Mini are a big car as well, right? And they're actually BMW now, so like, you know. And they're fast. What do you mean good for nothing? Skoda Superb. Brilliant, Scott. Right, easy now. We don't want to cook this out, little engine that we have. Right, we're heading this direction. Autopilot. Altitude hold. Heading. And let's see how we go here, right? This is good, man. Look at this scenery. Look at this. We have many peoples flying with us. All on the Southeast Asian server. We're also using some Say Intentions groupie with this as well. Superb and Passats are nice. Yeah, Stimpy, 100%, man. Wasn't it in the garage again last... Yeah, it was in the garage, but she was getting new shoes, Gibbo, you know. How can I join? Oisin, type in ! How to multiplayer, all one word. They're only called Superb in an effort to convince people that they aren't rolling dumpsters. Listen. They're great, right? Skodas are one of the nicest cars to drive, and I've had a lot. There you go, right? Sam Arm, you're back in the wheel. Back in the wheel. Oisin, you forgot a T. Jesus, just buttons. You drive the B9 Passat. It's a mile eater, great machine. Fly a Cessna 402 next. 402, you say? How to multiplayer. Hang on, I'll do the gadget here, look. It does work. How to come on, Muse. Yeah, just working there now. The Limbics, that says how to multiplayer. Joel, how to multiplier. Yes, alright, shower and shaggers. Click on that link there anyway, Oisin. That'll sort it. Easy now, yeah, absolutely. Right, are we going the right way? We're not really, we need to go left a bit. Look at the scenery here, lads. It's friggin' gorgeous. How to breaky. No, whoa, what to breaky? How to Murphy play. A great bunch of lads, yeah, hilarious. Yeah, shagging, shower and shaggers. Next thing there'll be... Give it a second, there will. Jesus, look at this. This is live weather as well. And there's... Oh, brilliant. There's going to be loads of fog. We won't be able to see shag all. Why am I climbing? Stop climbing, plane. Altitude hold, please. There we are. For Murphy, it's just push buttons. Yeah. How to read everything. How to confuse a Murphy. Oh. Lunar Hell, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. How to multiply might bring you a dodgy video. I saw another meme earlier on. Do you ever just do that? You're going through your phone, right? And like spelling mistakes of 2026. Always be careful about the or if you ever wish to Google Gary Oldman. I'll leave that with you. Have a think about now what I've just said. And be Janie then. Ooh. the heck of it, lads. It's all looking grand. Murph, in case you forgot, the Albatross has its own EFB located next to the left armrest. It does. Well, it's not an EFB. It's the it's like the doors and stuff. Yeah. It's a great plane. This. It's an awesome plane. To have the insim EFB kind of stuck to the top, you can have that on or off, right? Great bit of kit though. Now, we'll swoop down good and low coming into the Bay Area, but already we can see all this fog. You know, it's pretty cool, right? Where's me face? It's on me head. We'd be grand. What's our speed? We're doing 140 here. It's probably enough. Now, I might drop us down a little bit, so we'll put in an altitude. Come down the road here a little bit. So, I reckon 3,000 feet here is just going to be tickety-boo. So we're going to VS down the hill, about 700 feet a minute, as we continue on down. We're coming up on wine country, yes, Napa Valley. Fantastic. We sent me dad on a wine tasting tour up here, and he was absolutely pelagic by like 11 in the morning. He didn't eat any food, he just kept drinking the wine. What was the trip like, Dad? I can't remember much. The Halfway to Hell Club, the 19 men who fell into the Golden Gate safety net. Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? Oh, look at the views. Wouldn't you love to, like, I mean, come on out of it. It's like caravanning, only better. Hang on, I'll just go into the kitchen here. What's that? You'd like a cup of tea? Oh, we've lights here as well, look. And, well, over fridge. Can't get into the fridge, but there's a fridge there. Jesus, the varnish must have cost a fortune in this, didn't it? Look at the shine. And we've curtains and everything. Moving up through here, we have additional seating options. Oh, yes. And little windows, although, wouldn't you have a terrible creak in the neck?
Hello there.
Hello there. Best flight, welcome in, buddy. Get the kettle on, right? Right, so our speed now, well, we're moving, and now we're flying directly down into, well, where we want to fly. Look at that view ahead of us, lads. Isn't that gorgeous? It is absolutely stunning, lads. Stunning. Those doors are very small, right? Basically a Winnebago, right? Yes, we're in the Winnebago. So we're going to drop down to 3,000 feet here. We're just going to kind of look around the bridge for a bit. You know, we got all the history. We understood what it's all about. Built in the 1930s, ahead of time, under budget. And it's pretty cool. Did you know there are numerous shipwrecks, including the 1901 wreck of the SS City of Rio de Janeiro, known as the Titanic of the Golden Gate? It's located in the waters surrounding the Golden Gate Bridge. Other notable vessels in the area include the 1863 Clipper Noonday, the 1910 freighter SS Salja, and the 1862 SS Golden Gate. No way! That's mad. Jimmy Buffett had an Albatross. Called it the Hemisphere Dancer. Ooh, nice. Love the blots and nuts around the windscreen on the plane. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. It's cool, Al, isn't it? My local museum has an Albatross named Erica. No way. They regularly find boats when drifting or drilling foundations. Ah, okay. Yeah, I love this airplane. It's great. Like, and this is one of the This comes with the sim. I think is this on every version of the sim? But I think you can buy it outright now. It's one of the best ones in it. We're on a heading here of 145. Should be on the screen there. It's not in the base version. Okay.
Hello there.
Star Miner, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. This is class looking, lads. So we're going to ramble in around the Bay Area. We're doing a multiplayer group flight. If you'd like to join us, we're on the Southeast Asian server. We're also using Say Intentions Groupie, which is only deadly. So where be everyone? Huzzah! There we all are now, look. Radio check. And someone will come along and say, Murphy can hear you. And these are our live participants. Very good, isn't it? Let's have a look. Would you look at that? We're flying near Santa Rosa, the heart of Sonoma County. And let me tell you, this place is a treasure chest for anyone with a nose for adventure. Just don't expect me to recommend any fish or stew, mind you. Santa Rosa was founded way back in 1833, and it's named after St. Rose of Lima, though I doubt she ever imagined her name would be flying high above the vineyards and rolling hills. This city is famous for its connection to Charles M. Schulz, the creator of the Peanuts comic strip, who called this place home for decades. Jesus, this Murphy fella knows. You know, Murph, what can you tell me about the Golden Gate Bridge? The Golden Gate Bridge. Built in 1937, she's a marvel of engineering, stretching 1.7 miles across the Golden Gate Strait, and painted that famous international orange so the fog doesn't gobble her up. Mr. Big Bridges says, on May the 3rd, 1978, construction workers in San Francisco were digging a foundation for a new building on Sansom Street, right next to the old Trans-American Pyramid in the heart of the financial district. About 20 feet below steel level tier, shovels hit something totally unexpected. It was the hull of a boat? What? The hull of a boat? That's just crazy talk. Madness. Captain, we have a message from Super Typhon 173. Some say if I sing the high notes, I'll end up becoming the siren of the Golden Gate share. They used old boats to extend the land. They did that in the Netherlands after D-Day. They towed away a lot of the mulberries. There's something maybe you didn't know. And New York, they did the same over there. It's crazy. Right, this fog is going to be interesting. It is a kind of natural phenomenon that happens here. It's the kind of cool Pacific winds coming into like the warm air in and around the mainland. Do you know? There's like 70 old boat holes. Putting ice in Guinness is a crime against all things Irish. The only thing that belongs in a pint of Guinness is more Guinness and maybe a bit of crack on the side. More Guinness. And they say the Irish isn't good for anything. Look at Mr. Historian over there. I'm telling you now. Wait, who says the Irish aren't good for anything? Should the Irish invented everything? Jeez, why is that camera going down that? Look, the cameras have come up here, will you? The camera has to change. Ah, Jesus. Lads, I need to fix that. My camera's taking a wild turn of events. I don't know what it's doing either. It's looking at me legs. Ah, Jesus. Look, the camera's shagged. It's looking at me legs. Update later, will you? Yeah, no, update that later. Oh, I need to fix this. Stupid camera. Get up there where you belong. Up, you divil it. Jesus. Oh, wait, did I not save that as a shagging view? I didn't. Hang on. Right, hang on a second. Does it need to go up? There, now save that as a preset. So we've this one, and then we've that one. But now this one needs to be moved. No, get up. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Right. I got a friggin' rogue camera, lads. You know. Oh, Jesus, look at this. The Irish invented broken cameras, right? How much longer is left in the video? Less than an hour. We should be finished about 40 minutes. It's your boy Keen, Man Keen, in an A380 of all things. Now, I'm just a humble tour guide with a head full of stories and a heart full of crack, but refunds are above my pay grade. You'll have to chat with the folks who handle the purse strings for that one, so I can't help you there, sorry. Sorry about that, sorry about that. Zard, good to see you. Hope you're well. Easy now. Captain, we have a message from Super Typhon 173. At least the Irish didn't invent Shaggle's jib. There's no refunds! Shag off! In other words, you'd have to chat with Gibbo. Yeah. Oh, look at the cut of this. Easy now. That's a question to start a proper row in any Irish pub. But as a tour guide, I'll just say both teams have their legends, and I'll leave the football debates to the fans. This is getting shocking bad. A380 passes, yeah, it's nuts. Now, unless you're planning to fly low and let the wind do the work, I'm afraid I'm more of an expert on scenery than scalps. Best leave bald spot reduction to the barbers and the doctors, I say. Ah, Jesus. That's terrible. That was the polite version, yeah, I love that. I love that. Zard, hope you're well, buddy. This is looking terribly nice. So it's a bit of a right turn here. We don't seem to have anyone chatting on frequency. Hello there. Show you the map. So we're here at the moment. We need to turn a little bit to the right. I think I see the bridge in the distance. This is gorgeous.
Approaching runway 13.
We're okay, Jemima. We're not landing here. Don't worry. Jesus. Now. Fiber strike. Would you shag off? Did Ireland make the World Cup this year? This is new photogrammetry. Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Man alive, lads. This looks absolutely savage. Buttons, Murph, buttons. So we got new photogrammetry for this area. Hang on now. That's freaking gorgeous. Oh man, look at this. Look at the detail of the photogrammetry. This is absolutely incredible. That is gorgeous. Oh god, lads, this is class looking. Absolutely class looking. Beautiful. Insane. I'm telling you, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely stunning this is, lads. Bit of tune is coming in here, I think. Yes. This will definitely work. Jeez, look at the photogrammetry, lads. It's brilliant, isn't it? Two dogs. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Man, that's gorgeous. Isn't it only fantastic, lads? Jeez, the photogrammetry upgrade here is like savage. Absolutely savage. Now, as I said, we'll do a small bit of easy now, stars. We'll do a small bit of messing around here. We're going to bring the speed back a little bit. Easy now. Ooh, the scenery's loading in. The ships are all powered by Seafront Simulations. They're new vessels. They're very, very good. They add tons of ships. Isn't that something, lads? Very, very nice indeed. Jesus. Hang on there now, hey. Our first landmark of the series is coming up. Don't mind your man down there. Avert your eyes. Do you ever get the feeling all is not well in the realm? No, we didn't nearly stall it. Shut up, it was grand, right? Be grand. This is gorgeous, man. Absolutely stunning. Would you do a stream of Cornwall in a Lancaster? Ooh, sounds good. Yeah, sounds good, buddy. Lads, this is savage looking. Look at the detail of it as well. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. Anima's here. Good to see you. That's absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Stunning. We'll have to fly under it. It'd be rude not to, lads. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Right. Let's see, can we get down under this? Easy now. Jeez, look at the photogrammetry around us, look. Isn't that incredible? Look at the detail on the road. Gorgeous. What are the odds of Murph flying under the bridge? We'll get under the bridge. You can see the trails that you hiked? No way, man. I love that. God, this is terribly, terribly pretty. There's a 200-foot gap. 220 feet, I think, isn't it? Yeah, this could be interesting. You'll be sailing under the bridge in August. No way. Right, watch your speed as you try and get under here. Easy now. Gently does it. Gently does it. Gorgeous. Oh God, man. There's always one. There's always one. The sim only shows the 22 closest to you. Correct, yes. Correct and right. Right, easy now, Jemima. Right, lads, we'll crank this up to, 7. Yep, you devil, yeah. Ooh. Ah, lads. Oh, lads, that is now, terribly, terribly pretty. Dylan, good to see you, bud. Look at the lighting. Look at this state. Isn't that absolutely stunning? It's just absolutely incredible, isn't it? Was there an update for the Clipper? this thing is just savage, isn't it? Beautiful. Very nice indeed. Jeez, that was class looking, wasn't it? Right, mind your eyes, it's going to get bright. Pshing. Jesus. Savage. Right, lads, down the road, we're going to Half Moon Bay. That was exceptionally good. Absolutely beautiful. Right, we head around down this way. So next week we're over to where are we going? We're going to Cambodia. Ooh, the Angkor Wat. Where's the full moon? Just some great pictures. Oh, come on, Viper. Yeah, what an update they've done here for San Francisco. This is absolutely incredible. And yeah, okay, when you get up close to like the skyscrapers and stuff, but like, look out the window, lads. Like that is superb. And the performance is really good here. Oh, nice one, Sam. What was the game that was based in San Francisco? Wasn't it like one of those AAA games up here? You probably don't see the C-130 overhead. Oh, nice. Was it Driver? No, like, wasn't there another one that you can run around the place? Was it Driver? Wasn't there like something to do with like hacking or something? Watch Dogs, that's the one. No, it wasn't Sport. A video game, Scott.
Firefly 249, you have not been cleared into the Bravo airspace. Exit the Bravo immediately. Once clear, advise when ready to copy phone number for possible pilot deviation.
Oh, Jesus! We just got in trouble for entering the Bravo airspace without permission. Terribly sorry. We'll exit it right now. Ah, Jesus!
Jesus.
GTA San Andreas? That's more LA though, wasn't it? Jesus, look at all the stuff down here. This photogrammetry is friggin' brilliant, look. Look at the detail. It's frightening how accurate it is. We're down low, like. Jesus, not too low, Murph. Go handy, will you? Oh, lads, that's incredible, look. That's incredible. San Andreas was a mix of LA, San Francisco and Vegas. Oh, was it? Ah, okay. Illicit Major, yeah, it's all default, buddy. Watch Dogs, was that any good, lads? There's Mrs. GPHI, if ever I saw Mrs. GPHI. Upside down in her normal setting. Look at that fog coming in. Man, this scenery is some of the best I've seen in the sim. Photogrammetry, this is very promising. I mean, considering, you know, photogrammetry, we always say it looks amazing at altitude, but like, this level of data, this is incredible. Watch Dogs 2, ah, gotcha, okay, gotcha.
Firefly 808, you have not been cleared into the Bravo airspace. Exit the Bravo immediately. Once clear, advise when ready to copy phone number for possible pilot deviation.
It's a good job we're in our Firefly 808. Who was that poor devil? Who's Firefly 808 and why did you enter that area? We better talk to, who do we need to talk? We'll jump on to Centre. Centre, Firefly 235. We're in a Grumman Albatross. Request transition to the Bravo airspace with a landing at Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot. All she can say is no. No, you can't. Wait, what? Oh no! Centre, this is Firefly 235, a Grumman Albatross. Request transition to the Bravo airspace with a full stop landing at Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot. Oh, Shane, take care, buddy. She can still turn around and say no, check off. Look at the spot.
November 235, safe position and altitude.
Currently 10 miles north of Half Moon Bay, altitude 1,500.
November 235, Bravo transition approved. Remain clear of clouds. Advise when leaving Bravo.
Roger, transition approved, remain clear of clouds, and we're going to make a full stop at Kilo Hotel Alpha Fox for Firefly 235. Alright. Brilliant! All is well in the realm. Some poor other devil had to write down a phone number, but not us, friends. No. Look at the state of this. He's a pro. You forgot you're not alone. Yeah, but don't mind that. You know, there may be other aircraft with us, but it's grand. Pretty foggy. Yeah. That was me. You thought you turned it off.
November 235, not clear what you said. Say again.
It's okay. It's disregard. That's a military weather station.
November 235, roger.
The voices are on the ball, aren't they? Jesus, who had an absolute catastrophe of a landing? I reckon it was Mangst. It's very foggy here, but isn't it only gorgeous, lads? Right, power coming back. Easy now, Jemima. Yeah, some of the new voices are fantastic. They really are. Did they actually give you a fake number too? Yeah, no, they do. And you ring it, it's like... Yeah, no, they do. Kind of slow, it's nuts, like. St. Tension's brilliant. Right, watch your speed coming down. Gear coming down. Can we gently land this machine? Let's find out. The Dallas controllers class? Oh, nice. Alright, a little bit fast in approach. We can correct all that. Look out the window. Can we spot the runway? Sorta, nearly, kinda. It's over the harbour we need to go. There's a runway. Watch your speed. Easy now, friends. Easy now. The pappy are not happy. Look at this. Jesus. Landing in the harbour. It is a nice harbour, actually. Look at the detail in the harbour, even. Look. Jesus, look at that. Right, easy now. Flaps coming into play. What are the odds of Murph landing without a bump? Well, we'll all find that one out together. I'm terrified about this. Easy now, Jemima. Oh, jeez, we're really fast. Slow her down there now. Easy. Easy. Gently does it. Easy. $80 knots.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Stu! Jesus. Oh no! Oof! We felt that in Leitrim.
Couldn't be any smoother.
Are you sure about that, Pajo? Jesus! Brilliant! Easy now. After watching some of your videos, I got saying intentions a week ago. Terrified for using the radio, but it helps me ease into it. Oh, nice, buddy, nice. Yeah, that was a landing now. Well, you know. Wouldn't be too excited about it, but still, you know, we're parking the grass here. Yeah, well. Big Al. My plane's going rogue.
Approaching runway 12.
Probie Pete, great flight. We'll be using Groupie for all flights in the future. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Pete, isn't it?
Approaching runway 12.
Pete, were you having issues with it earlier on? Oh, look, the brakes are working now because we pumped with the gadget. Were you having issues earlier on, Probie Pete? Was that you? And it's now working tickety-boo. Your landing speed was 69 knots. Ooh, nice. Very nice. My landing rate, according to LRM, 197. Yeah, it worked fine. Brilliant, brilliant. I need to, do you know, I mean,
Oh no! What happened? What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
A Tail Dragon 7.3. But yeah, I need to tweak some of the settings here using FS Realistic. It's pretty cool though. So I'll give it a proper delve on Wednesday night, lads, just in case you're interested in picking it up. But yeah, we'll definitely see how we go here. Right, mixed draw. Good luck in the cup. Ignition. Mags out. Lovely. Fuel pumps off. Right. Come back into these settings. Bring me sim back up to where you belong. And I think my battery is still on. There we go, friends. There we go. This little gadget running our sounds. There we have it. Must press button or buttons. Hang on now. There now. We'll open these. Alright. All our stuff is in and it's looking great. That was very odd. That was so much fun. That was absolutely brilliant. The first of our new landmark series. Close off that as well. And there we have it. Lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed. Absolutely incredible fun on that flight tonight. We have all our stuff here with... We'll go back into Skynet. There we go. So here is our flight. It was very nice. Everyone's on the ground back here now. Everyone's made it in. All our pilots made it in. Well done, lads. This is Groupie, by the way. If you want to get access to this, you can actually get... This works free. All you need to do is grab a free 24-hour pass with, say, intentions. There's no commitment. It doesn't cost you anything. And just keep the app after your 24-hour free trial, and you'll have access to Groupie. It works very, very well. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, lads, yes, the start of our brand new series here that we'll be doing each and every Monday night for the next couple of weeks. Next week, we're off to Cambodia with a different aircraft, different scenery each week. And yeah, it's incredible. The sim ran really well tonight. We had a ton of people flying with us, interesting routes. And yeah, the scenery next week will certainly be different. And like, what an incredible experience with all that new photogrammetry from the new city update. I thought it was amazing, lads. Do you know? Absolutely brilliant. But I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. Massive shout out to all the raids. We Kenko and we had... Jesus, who else came in? We'd loads. Thank you all so very, very much indeed for the raids. And... Empire was in as well. Also for all the resubscribes, the new subscribes, the follows, the likes, the devil knows what. You're very, very kind, lads. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you all so very much indeed. We're back to you tomorrow morning over in the world of X-Plane, would you believe? And we're going to be flying in a Phenom. A couple of on-air VIP flights. Then we're driving tomorrow night. Wednesday we have the news. Thursday we have our Navigraph Academy and then our VATSIM flight. And then on Friday night we're back with a group flight If you haven't seen what we're planning, Jesus is right, I'll show you. So our group flight this coming Friday is, I'm looking forward to it. How the sim will behave is anyone's guess, but I'm going to be taking the Baron out of New York. We're going to fly over Manhattan, heading down to Washington, D.C. That's our plan on Friday night, and it'll be interesting to see what live weather does. The challenge, of course, that we have at weather. So that's all coming up this week. In the meantime, we'll be over on Discord, !Discord. That's like our community hangout. So I invite you all over there. Usually people just take the mick out of me, but I'm okay about it, you know. It'll be grand. But right, lads, we'll see you tomorrow. 1100 Zulu is kickoff tomorrow morning. And yeah, have an awesome night. Thank you so very much indeed for tuning in. And well, until the morning, you take care.
Cheers. Oh, okay.
Oh, balls. Thomas, you big scuttling Egypt. Oh, Jesus, there he is! I don't know! Oh, I take it all back. Did you just see me scream? Oh, no! That wasn't nice at all. No! I rarely use this word when it comes to flight sim add-ons. I reserve it only for the special kind. But, like, there's no point saying anything other than, this is shite. It's shite. Like... Oh no, oh god, oh dear. It's like a friggin' Olympic somersault. What was that, Dwayne? Brilliant. Wait. No Pox M is in the SG 30-something thing. Oh no, Nighthawk. It's Microsoft, it's Murph. Someone clip this if you can. Do you hear the sounds? I've been blaming aircraft developers. Asobo or Microsoft need to fix this. Do you hear the noise? Outside the plane? You need to fix that, lads. It's the... Straight away. Do you like me, Podge and Raj? You ever see Podge and Raj, did you?
I've all me own teeth. Axe the back of me sack.
Jesus, I didn't think you'd say that. Right.